Qigong for children's health and relaxation. This is a fun-filled journey of self-awareness that you can practice yourself and pass on to your child, or share the audio with your child flying through gentle adventures together. This is a great bedtime exercise, but can be used at nap times during the day or any time when the child is relaxed enough to lie down. The exercise session was created especially for children and is the culmination of years of research through classes taught to children from elementary up through high school age, as well as with students with learning and developmental disabilities. The creator of this audio series, Stress Management and Relaxation Technology, or SMART, has been commissioned to teach health and mind expansion tools similar to the tools you're about to learn on this audio tape through major health networks, medical universities, government and private institutions, as well as for some of the largest corporations in America, and with great success. The Kansas City Business Journal reported a survey of people who took SMART's class found they loved it and felt they got a real benefit. Many doctors and other health professionals have claimed great benefits from the tools taught in SMART series as well. And you can read more about Qigong and Tai Chi's many benefits in my new book, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Tai Chi and Qigong, published by Simon & Schuster. A word for adults. Just as our adult lives are increasingly intense in these rapidly changing times, children face even more change. When we were children, things changed much slower than they do today. Could you imagine being in school and finally getting all the geography names down pat just as the Soviet Union disintegrates and then reemerges as many different republics? When we were children, we struggled to understand the concept of a computer, whereas our children today face technological changes rushing at them like a downhill bullet train with no brakes. This audio can help your child learn to let go of the stress caused by dealing with continuous change. In learning these mind-body tools at a young age, you may equip your child to not only handle change better, but learn to flourish in an age of change. This fun-filled audio offers children tools that can last a lifetime and increased health and creativity. Remember never to force the child to play these imagery games, for that would condition them not to want to play. You may find that children are more open to a relaxation audio after playing hard or just before nap time, or at their normal bedtime just before falling to sleep. This audio isn't limited to just younger children. It can be enjoyed by teenagers and adults as well. If you have any difficulty with this audio series, check our webpage at www.taichismart.com. There you'll find a most frequently asked questions section that may help. Or email us through our webpage if your answer isn't found there. And now a word to kids. We're going on an adventure of the mind. If you close your eyes and let your mind float along with my voice, you can learn what it feels like to fly and let go of all the things that make you scared or nervous. Remember that if you open your eyes during this flying adventure, you'll fall right back down to where you are now. You must keep your eyes closed if you want to fly. When we remember to breathe, we can get lighter and let go of any heavy feelings that make us feel nervous or scared for no reason. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, you'll remember without trying that to breathe nice deep breaths will help you feel lighter and safer, no matter what is happening in your busy day. Before you let your eyes relax closed, fast forward for the flying games. This is where you will want to begin from now on. Note that the flying games contains an introductory exercise session entitled Game 1, and also another session that can be used after Game 1 entitled The Game Continues. However, for the first few days, just listen to Game 1. Then as you become more comfortable with the session, move on to The Game Continues. So now lie back, close your eyes, and prepare to fly. Game 1. As you lie back, let your eyes close and feel your body as it breathes each breath. Notice how your lungs and chest fill with air when you breathe in. Notice how the air fills in the bottom of your lungs by your belly first, and then like a balloon blowing up, your lungs fill all the way up to your throat. Deep breath in. And now when you let the air out, the air relaxes from the top of your lungs out, and then your belly relaxes in as the air lets out of the bottom of your lungs. Let your shoulders relax down away from your neck and let all the muscles in your body let go of the bones, as if you were sinking into the earth below. Kind of like the earth's pull is giving you a big hug, making you feel safe. As all our muscles let go, it's almost like the breath is breathing us. We can sit back and feel our lungs breathing inside our body. It feels good and easy. Now take a deep breath in. Tighten up all the muscles in your feet and ankles really tight. Feel how those muscles feel when they're all squinched up tight. Now as you let that breath out, let all those tight muscles in your feet relax and let go. Feel the tingling in your feet as they fill with a tingly lightness. It feels good. It kind of tickles, doesn't it? Remember to keep your eyes closed. Now, as you breathe in another big, deep breath, tighten up your feet, ankles, and legs too. Feel how the legs and feet feel as you hold them really tight. Squeeze them just as tight as you can while you hold in your breath. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And now, as you let the breath go, let all those muscles in your feet and legs let go and relax. Notice how they fill with a tingly lightness, almost tickling as they fill with light, almost floating up off the ground. Good. Now take just a few easy breaths and relax back into your bed or the floor if you're not in bed. This time as you take in another really big full breath, filling your lungs all the way up. Tighten your feet, your legs, your bottom, and your belly. Squeeze all those muscles just as tight as you can from your belly all the way down to your tiniest toes. Feel how they feel when they get tight. Hold it. Hold your breath in and squeeze. Hold it, hold it. And now as you let that breath out, let all the muscles let go of the bones. Let all those muscles just turn to jelly and relax. Again, feel the tingling as your lower body fills with light, almost like it's floating in the air. Good. Now this time take a deep breath in and tighten up all your muscles in your feet, legs, bottom, belly, chest, and shoulders. Pull your shoulders all the way up to your ears as all the muscles squeeze onto the bones underneath them. Hold your breath, squeeze tight. All the muscles tight except for your head. Squeeze, tight, tight. Feel how tight your body feels. And now let go of the breath. Let all the muscles just melt off the bones like an ice cream cone melts off the cone on a hot summer day. Feel all the tingly light and all the muscles from your toes to your neck. In fact, even your heart and your bones feel light and tingly now. Now one last time, take a deep breath in. And this time tighten up all the muscles in your whole body, your toes and feet, ankles and legs, bottom and back, your chest, neck, and your head until you feel yourself as one big tightness. Hold your breath, hold it, squeeze, and now let go. Let every muscle in your body turn to soft jelly and let go of all the bones as you breathe out. Feel that tingly lightness fill your whole body. Even your head feels lighter now, like it could float up off the floor or the bed. In fact, you can float up if you remember to keep your eyes closed. So now remember to keep your eyes closed while we go for a ride in our minds. This will be very fun if you can let your eyes stay closed. But if you open them, you can't fly, so keep them closed and enjoy the ride. Each time you take a deep breath in, your body fills with light. And every time you let that breath out, your body floats a little bit higher up off the ground. So take a deep breath in. Let go. And as you breathe, let yourself float up into the air as your light body lets out the breath. You can now see the ceiling getting closer to your face. Don't open your eyes, you don't have to. You can see in your mind as you feel your body floating up. Now we are floating right up through the ceiling. We can see the attic or inside of the roof. And now you're out in the air above the building. We can look down and see the roof below us getting smaller as we float up. Fill your lungs all the way up and then let them empty as the breath carries us upward and away. We can see the neighborhood and all the streets below with cars driving here and there. With the next deep breath, let yourself float over on your back. And you can now see the clouds all puffy and white in front of the deep blue sky. As you let the breath out, you can fly up and around right into and through the clouds like big soft cotton balls, tickling your face and cheeks as you fly through them. By taking a deep breath in and then letting your whole body relax the breath out, you can fly big, huge loop-de-loops up and around and through the clouds. Fly high. You don't have to try. Just close your eyes and float into the sky. The air blows you like a leaf blowing by in the beautiful love of the wide open sky. Now you are so high you can see the sun bright shining over the edge of the turning earth. You can see the oceans and continents on the earth below turning slowly as if they were waving up to you. The whole earth smiles and waves up to you while you breathe your deep breaths and fly ever so high. Now wave bye-bye, because we've just begun to fly. We are flying very fast now, up straight at the moon, so fast the moon's silver mountains are flying right at us. But just before we hit, we take a deep breath and let it out, and then lift up above the pretty silver moon to spin around its bumpy surface and its beautiful craters and mountains below. We can turn over on our backs and look out at the universe, or turn over on our belly and look down at the moon as we go around. But you don't have to turn over in your bed because we're flying in our minds. All you have to do is close your eyes and breathe, and then your mind can fly free. Let yourself breathe deeply again and lift up and away. Do you see the rings of Saturn? We'll go there another day. But for now it is time to let ourselves relax. Breathe easy, gentle breaths and float down to go back to our home, our beautiful planet Earth. As you float back down, look how pretty Earth is. So green and blue with oceans and lakes. There are whales swimming in the ocean so blue. As they turn their giant fins, wave up to you. And the eagle flies by in the mountainous skies, wishing you a good nap time or a very good night. As we settle back down into our very own town, we can feel the earth pulling us down, 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 down. Like our mother giving us a warm, cozy hug, our Mother Earth holds us close to tell us that we are loved. We are all special, and especially you. You are perfect. You are good, is what the earth's hug tells you. Now let the pull of the earth below make you feel cozy, warm and toasty. Snuggle into your bed or your mat or your chair and dream dreams of being safe without any cares. The game continues. Now, if you're not done yet or a big sleepyhead, then we can fly around the earth and begin all again. With your eyes closed and relaxed in your head, with your breath you can let out and lift up off your bed or your nap mat or anywhere you are lying your head. Take a deep breath in, and as you let it all out, we begin to lift and expand up and out, floating and blowing like a soft puffy cloud. We float up in the air and let go of our cares as adventure asks us to come if we dare. The clouds call to us in the silver moon sky, come and play, we can fly up away and so high. The moon's big round face laughs and shines as we backfloat on dreams in the soft dreamy night. Birds even fly by as their wings wave bye-bye, and the owl in the top of the trees winks big eyes. Fly up and around your house and town, then the county and state expand all around. And as you fly up and away you see the whole United States and all the cities and farms that make it so great. Everyone's grandmas and grandpas and moms and dads who love us so much and make our lives grand wave sleepy waves as we lift and fly up, up into the wonderful, dreamy night sky. There are black grandmas and white ones too, and they love all the children, including you. Some grandma's hair is red, while others have silver or black hair on their head. Some grandpas wear coveralls and others wear suits, but they all turn to wave their nice waves up at you. Now take a deep breath all the way to your toes and let the whole breath relax out your mouth and your nose. Let every muscle turn to jelly, getting soft like a jiggling Santa Claus belly. And as you let out each breath, your body gets light and blows like a leaf through the beautiful night. As you blow through the clouds, you see the lights of the towns as you whisk over mountains and then back down towards the ground. Over the Rocky Mountains we fly into the wonderful Canadian sky, and up into Alaska in the white winter night, then towards the sparkling northern lights. Pretty lights so bright, green, yellow, and blue, dance through the night and start dancing with you. Now take a deep breath in and then let it all go as you turn into the lightness, and like the wind you now blow. To the west, out over the ocean blue, where dolphins are swimming just underneath you. Seals bark, or, like deep ocean dogs as the whales race beneath you and try to keep up. But you breathe and let go, and the breath lets you flow, and the easier you breathe, the faster you go. Now the sun is rising on a place called Japan, and all the boys and girls there hold chopsticks in their hands, which they wave up to you as you fly on by in the early, early morning bright sky. There are trains underneath you that go very fast, but not nearly as fast as you fly as you pass. There is a beautiful mountain called Mount Fuji, and there are people on it eating a thing they call sushi. Now take another breath, deep and long, and then wind blows you lightly over a city called Hong Kong. All the children here say, "Jo-sun, Jo-sun," which means good morning in their native tongue. Now breathe slow, easy breaths, because I don't want to rush you. But we are now blowing north over a land known as Russia. Some children here wear fur caps, and like you, they take naps, but near the heater because it's cold, unless they're in mommy's lap. Now as you let your breath out, you may see a frosty cloud as you relax and let the wind blow you around, to go west to a land filled with beautiful things, museums and rivers and sculptures and paintings. Here you may smell a wonderful scent as bread bakes in bakeries. France is where this all is. Now float away up over Buckingham Palace, where the Queen of England has a big house. Here the children's moms drive them to school on the opposite side of the road our moms use. Now over Italy to smell the pizza. Breathe deep through your nose all the way to your toes and let your whole body let go and let go. And letting out a breath, you turn up and away over clouds, under sky. Down south we now sail to Africa's ancient mysterious land, where gleaming desert stretches into endless smooth sand. And this is only Africa's northern shore, so don't stop here because Africa has so much more. There are elephants with big, long, white teeth and lions chasing antelopes, jumping high and moving quick. Gorillas play in the high mountain mist beneath you as you play, flying loops and great twists. Africa is a place where great things have come from. Math sciences and wonderful music on drums. All the children of Africa now wave bye-bye as you breathe your deep breaths and lift up in the sky. Smell a deep breath in now, in through your nose, and you'll smell tortillas cooking on hot stones. as Mexico's mommies clap clap with their hands to make their tortillas nice and flat, and their children gather around mommy's kitchen to eat the delicious tortillas mommy's making. Adios, they all say. That's goodbye to you and I, as we breathe and lie back, carried into the sky. We've had a big day, very big, one might say, and now it's time to go to our favorite place. As we let out our breath, our homes pull us to rest in the snuggly warmness of our mat or our beds. Feel the earth hugging you as it pulls you in bed, hugging your perfect body and your even more perfect head, telling you you are loved as much as anyone's loved, like the children of the world you wave to from above. Now sleep tight. Let your heart fill with light, because the whole friendly world is wishing you a good night. Good night.
I just wanted to mention just real quick, this discussion series, this monthly discussion series, Dr. C.J. Rhoads and Siobhan Hutchinson here has really been the backbone of this thing. And this has been one of the most extraordinary experiences of my life because, as I mentioned before we turned the cameras on, this is the most important science being done in the history of science, according to Nikola Tesla. And I don't think there's anybody in science that could argue with Nikola Tesla. And so, these people should be on all the major TV programs talking about the science that we expose people to in this extraordinary series that Dr. C.J. Rhoads and Siobhan Hutchinson have made possible. And it's just, we organized World Tai Chi Day, which Princeton University Director of Research showed how we had actually changed global consciousness. But I've got to tell you, even though we've experienced doing Tai Chi with the whole planet for 24 years now, and that we actually changed global consciousness, this discussion series has been like the most spectacular event of my life. To have the ability to sit here with these folks and talk about the most important science being done in the history of science. And this platform provides data and science and information that has profoundly changed not only the way I do Tai Chi and Qigong and meditation, but the way I teach Tai Chi and Qigong and meditation, and the way that I do everything in my life. This has been truly life transformative for me to be exposed to all this data and all this information about these mind-body practices that I've been doing for 45 years. And I don't think there's a mind-body person on the planet who wouldn't experience the same benefits that I have from this discussion series. So it's really important that everybody share these videos that we produce for free. One of the things that that we got involved with was you may or may not be familiar with it, I don't know, and there may be different versions of this. I'm not trying to just promote this one company, but there's a thing called Muse, a headband that'll sync with your phone, and then it can detect your brain waves, and then you can find out when you're in alpha state, essentially, or the percentage of time you're in alpha state. And that was extremely helpful. And then, as we, became aware of all the science that was just showing that it's really a huge miss by humanity not to be teaching kids how to do mind-body practices starting in kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. We have a United Nations resolution. Everybody can sign the petition to advocate for a non-mandatory, suggestive United Nations resolution advocating mind-body education K through 12 in public education worldwide. And what we're advocating is what we call the Big Five, because they have, in some cases, millennia of research behind them, but they have a huge amount of modern medical scientific research. And that's Tai Chi, Qigong, meditation, yoga, and mindfulness. And so as I'm going through all this science, it becomes increasingly apparent that what makes them special is that alpha state component. In Tai Chi, we talk about Wu Wei and flow and things like that. But, from doing Tai Chi and Qigong for 45 years, it's real obvious to me that when I'm in that state, it's alpha state. Because you get, once one of my students got me the Muse headband, it was like, that's when I realized, oh, okay, that's what this feeling is. And so we realize now that, if we get this into public education, it'll be quite easy to determine whether children are going into alpha state. And it wouldn't be like we're introducing a foreign concept. Dr. Spady mentioned that Dr. Bruce Lipton.
Breathe in each other.